Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Egypt Old Kingdom, episode number 2. I mean, let's play, let's try, let's look at, whatever we want to call this. So our goal right now is just to get to 5 citizens. I want to get there as quickly as possible anyway, because it really is beneficial to start growing. So let's try to go, the prologue, I mentioned how long it was. I think I've got to a turn 150, and it actually goes to turn 300. So now I do stop to smell the roses, and I read all these things, and it's very interesting to me, just to get involved in like the lore of the game, especially if it's historical. So I probably can move a little bit faster in this one, and I'll let you pause at certain historical screens if you want to read it. Maybe the important ones or the ones I find particularly interesting, I'll read it out loud, but mostly we'll just try to, in the interest of time, move forward. So we have a nice bonus for 5 turns. Yeah. So don't think there's anything we are going to do. We don't have any other places we can explore until we free up one of our workers. Let's do that. Okay, technologies. Which 2 can we get? Growth and private army, which means if I want this, I have to wait till 45. I think it's worth it to wait to 45, although 1 growth is going to be pretty important. Let's... 2 technology versus 1 growth. We're going to need this 1 growth as soon as we have the new citizen anyway, so let's do it right now. Okay. So 1-time increase in food. Now our next one is to assimilate 290 clans into a unified culture. We get a technology boost when this happens, or what is this, culture boost? Yeah, so they do give you, here's the ultimate goal, we have 300 turns, there's a final harsh trial somewhere near that. We have 290, our goal is, oh no, our goal is 290, and right now we're at +6. We can increase this more by adding more people to trade and all this. This is, I think that's how you get it. So it's +6 right now, and if we trade, we are at +11. Yeah. So the fastest way for us to assimilate is, to interact with these clans. However, I do want to explore new areas. It's a trade-off, as always. I think it would be 29 turns at more or less +10 a turn to do this, so I think we're going to pull this one off and have him explore for us. This is obviously just river. Let's go down here. Might be something more interesting. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll hold off a little bit on our ability to increase this assimilation to do more exploration. Basically, we're going to invest into our future a little bit more rather than the short term just finishing this goal. Although the technology would be fantastic. So we can do these cults, and it's not, I don't think it's bad to do the seeker one constantly. It's a 0.3 gain. We'll probably do that until we have about +5 here. So 7 more turns, 7 more clicks of it. Wait, we have... Oh no, we only have 1.1 left, so we only need to do it 4 more times. So we could increase, but the fact that we don't have any extra space for workers, if we do this, we suffer a big penalty. So right now I'm just going to rely on... We need to find a place basically to build housing. Okay. So I'm getting really unlucky with these swamps. Let's see if we can find someplace a little bit better to build. Like this 1.3 and 1.1 is not terrible. You can see it's like the total sum is 1.6 and this is 1.4. It's not too much worse. This would just be 1.2, so that's kind of a limit. And now I do make an exception for trade because I would weight luxuries a little bit more. So we'll just continue to explore. You can do this, by the way. You can, if you want, go over and you just suffer like some kind of huge negative effect, minus 20% of the income of everything or something like that. So, okay. Okay, so this pack of hyenas is not as bad as the other ones. Still something we want to get rid of. And we get some hammers for slaughtering them anyway. Also, this is flint, so plus 20% hammers. This will definitely be a place where, whoops, in the end we're going to build a, so hammers are increased. A house we see has an upkeep and a growth of, so it increases 0.3 hammers. That's not too many. I know the workshop is going to be what we do. This is obviously your barracks is to grow troops, military. The workshop, 1.1 hammers, so probably the best thing to put if you have flint. I almost always just put workshops here. So we'll do that eventually. This will be a workshop location, which means we need to find another place for a house. This is a hills, so we could put a house there. I think that will get rid of these. You cannot domesticate plants, obviously, but building on the spot will destroy them. So we might choose to keep these there just for a little bit of time because it is plus 2 food, plus 2 hammers. It's a really nice combination. Okay, so we killed the hyenas. We got the... you can see how high these hammers get. It's pretty insane. So yeah, we reached our limit. They want us to start thinking about our army. It's not a terrible idea, but unfortunately to do that, do we have the ability? We do. I think we can invest our weight, I would say. Well, here, this will improve our army. Let's wait though, let's do the technology first. We can get army more higher army later. So obviously out of all the things, or maybe this isn't obvious, the only things which do not decay are your favor and your culture. All these other resources, the actual resources, including people, these do decay every turn. So this is why this, you know, adding this growth every turn, it's going to pay off in the long run, considering we have 300 turns. This investment cost, what was that, like 12 to do? And the payback for that, 0.3, is, well, about a lot. That's quite a lot. It's like 50 turns. So we need we have 50 turns basically, and the cost for each one of these goes up every time we do it. So when this gets to 15, that's actually where it would be at 50 turns. Because this would be 100, this would be 30. And it's so half that is 15. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait on the technology. And this trade is actually kind of hurting us quite a bit. It only gives us 0.6 food. Oh, actually food is no longer an issue. The hammers, probably the luxury goods are the most important things now. Okay, one more turn. We do have the ability to get this technology now. Multilingualism. So as we expand, we're encountering other tribes, and we have to understand their languages. I tried to turn the sound up, by the way. Somebody commented that the sound quality in the last one was bad, and of course I really... Oh, interesting. I try to keep a good tabs on my audio quality. I think it was just the white noise. It sounded like white noise, the music and the sound effects for the game. So I tried to turn those both up, so hopefully they're a little more apparent. They don't just sound like a little whisper in the background. So I can probably, maybe this is creating a little, that might have also been doing it. I had something like a speaker on, which was kind of fuzzy. Okay, the desert of Seth is relentlessly expanding, and many groups are leaving their lands in search of a new home. A big group of people have reached us and they asked to stay. Their culture is massively different than ours. So if we accept, we get 2 citizens, but we lose technology for 5 turns. If we refuse, we send them out. Now, unfortunately, accepting them is a double whammy because... Oh, Ascended Outsider. Because we'll also pay the penalty for being over our housing limit until we can build a house. One of our people was accepted into the Fig tribe. Over time, he became a full-fledged member of the society, ascended to power, and brought the tribe to prosperity. That improved relations of our tribes. Well, very good. So 20% and more clans who were assimilated. Good. Very good. We explored the new territory. This is also Flint, so it's also another place we should reserve, unfortunately, for a workshop. We basically have both of our workshops here. Just because the houses, I know they get 3 hammers, but 1 and 3 is actually a really bad combination. 1 and 0.3, I should say, is actually a really bad combination in the end. Oh, and we can get another group of workers by assimilating these savages. So we really need a house so we can start leveraging all these possibilities. I think, now does a workshop in fact include, let's move this guy here for a second. Some of them increase, yeah, so houses you can see +4 maximum. Let's zoom in a little bit because that actually zooms in the icons as well. +4 maximum workers. Barracks gives a +1. And workshop does give 1, so that's actually nice. We should do that then. Why don't we just start constructing our first workshop? So then you can basically work that area for free. Okay, let's do it here. Workshop. Yeah, let's build one. Very good. So all these hammers we had, they're not going to waste. Okay, very nice. We drove the refugees away. That was the right choice as the gods decided to punish them. And we should not interfere lest we join them in their punishment. I see, but that's actually the option for refusing. So it wasn't that our indecision was to essentially accept the decision to refuse them. I probably could have worded that a little better. We chose to refuse them. Maybe we keep going until 15 then, because 50 turns is a long time for payback, but obviously we still have enough turns where that could even pay benefits, pay dividends. There's another one though that I want, which is going to be way down the tech tree. It allows us to lower the cost. I mean, I can show it to you. This one over here, worship cost of all cults minus 0.5. So this pays itself back more the more you'll use the other ones again. But so every time you use this, the favor cost goes up by 0.5 for the next one. And this one, instead, the favor cost goes down for the next one. Which is really beneficial, as you can imagine. Okay, we can keep this mic nice and close too. I'm trying to keep tabs on that quality. Okay, so weak army, this is still something we haven't really solved. We do have this now, so we can get this. Probably that's the best thing to do. Well, not necessarily. Well, yeah, actually, technology things are really the best thing for us right now. The reason why is all these resources will decay. So let's find out what the next... I mean, getting this workshop growth is also pretty good, because luxuries would be hugely improved with this, which can be really good. This one's really nice. +1 for housing limit. I mean, we have workshops, so maybe that should be favored. This is growth of favor. And cemeteries I'm not going to use, actually. Really at all. I don't find them helpful. I'm probably missing something. Okay, let's just shoot for this, which needs opulent pottery. Which needs this. Okay, perfect. That's one I was kind of naively going to target anyways, so we'll do it. At 60. Still need a house. So I might even take somebody, so I mean this is huge. 1, 1.5, and 0.5. Really a nice thing, and we can also get one more worker. Let's do that, and we'll send him to explore. I need a place where I can build houses. Maybe this will be it, maybe not. We need a place where we can build houses. And we need that place, hopefully, to not be one of the locations where we have flint. I mean, I guess I could just keep building workshops for now. We have all these hammers built up. It's a good time to do it. Does building it remove the savages? It does. Okay, so we actually have to have... I did this wrong. I shouldn't have actually created a worker. I should have gotten the worker from the savage. So we do need to explore now instead. Okay. And then when we get another workshop, eventually, when we get a workshop somewhere else, we can use the extra population to recruit the savage. Okay. Very good. Another great place. This one has a beneficial... What? What does this hyenas thing have? Like, I don't understand. So basically, if you ever get to domesticate them, eventually they'll give you favor working this area for free. But the cost of essentially recruiting them or assimilating them is, I mean, plus 3% relations every turn. So this would take us 8 turns to do. And then we get 0.4 favor from it. It has wild cereals, which will be destroyed no matter what we build. So this is probably a good place for us to build a house. If we build something, the hyenas won't go away. Okay. It just seems a little bit weird to have hyenas that you would assimilate. You normally want to assimilate... Actually, we haven't gotten any animals so far, which I'm a little surprised by. Maybe some bad luck. In my previous game, I did. So, we could cut this for one time. That's essentially only 0.2. I mean, that's only 2 food per turn, which is not that much. We might just forget about the wild cereals. And the other thing we could do is go across the river and view what's on the other side. Get to hills, but the hills are way up there, I think. So you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and commit and just build this house right here. I don't see any other place. Like, these two are useful. I don't think a one-time boost of food is really going to be that helpful, considering, like, in order to do that, we don't get any of the 1.2 food per... I mean, this is 2 food per turn at the cost of 1.2, so it's only a 0.8 food per turn benefit. You know, food is probably the lowest thing we have, though, so we will wait on that, I think. Okay, big growing, we want opulent pottery. Especially because we are neglecting food growth in a lot of other ways. And once we get the house down, we will want the food, so... It's like, you kind of want to do it in the opposite order, but that's fine. Okay, let's just make our decision, commit to it. We'll keep doing the Seeker cult. Abydos has become the most important necropolis for rulers of Upper Egypt. Its land is now sacred. The shortest way to the land of the dead starts right here, and the god Wep-Wawet himself will keep those who have passed on from getting lost in the darkness of the underworld. I thought this was related to ancestral dues, but I still don't understand this ancestral dues mechanic exactly. In my opinion, it's just not well explained, or if it is, I've missed it twice. 1, when I played the game, and 2, now playing the game for this recording series. Now we can get that one. Opulent pottery. Discover. Very good. And next we can get better technology. And obviously the assimilation of our neighbors is going pretty slow because we're... I mean, we should be doing... There's a 300 turn limit, so things should happen, you know, not too slowly, basically. But having one of our people constantly assimilating, I feel like that's not the worst thing we could be doing. Yeah, I mean, this workshop is really paying for itself now. Additional hammers and additional luxuries per turn. Okay. The other thing we could do is... we do have a lot of extra food. I mean, enough surplus. I could take somebody off, have them build a workshop here. Hammers is the things we don't need as much right now. So let's do this. Let's take them off. Let's recruit them. When they get it, we'll just immediately build the workshop there. We will suffer the penalty for a small amount of time, but we'll have a house soon, and as soon as the workshop comes up, we'll also overcome the penalty then. So it won't be too long. Okay, savages join. We should get this. There it is. Population limit exceeded. So 25%. Oh, so we do lose technology and favor even for this, which is bad. Okay. Let's build this workshop immediately. And the extra one, we're going to keep them. We're going to keep them. Let's go. Let's see if we can get lucky down here. I don't know when this runs out. Eventually we won't have any more hills. Hills, I think, are the most important areas. You get to the high ground, which is not really useful. It becomes kind of, not totally desert, but more desert-like. So, okay. Got that, got that, got that, got this. New trial will commence in 5 turns. Required resources: food, hammers, and military. Okay, that's not good. Our military is, well, basically non-existent. Now, I think this is one where we can get away with not having all of them. We probably just need food, or we need something else, you know, something like that. And actually, every worker, I forgot, actually consumes another food, so we're not doing so well. We really got to get that workshop up, but yeah. And then we'll just start, well, we'll probably take the military technology. Well, we'll try to pass it. We'll see what how much the military does. We'll try to pass the challenge without using military. We'll probably pass it with hammers if we can. Okay, so how bad are we doing on food? Yeah, 1.6 versus 1.4. I think we have to take, even though it's going to make the food situation worse, I think we have to take the hammers. I'm going to switch over to that as soon as the trial starts, because basically the extra hammers right now are just going to go to spoilage. So let's work on food until the trial begins. And we should have 2 big things finishing this next turn. The workshop, which is the most important one to get our population balanced again. And then we have the person who will give us a food boost. Okay, there it is. Perfect. And we'll get this cult as well. Yeah, we're up to 5. That's great. Worker limit has been reached again. We're not over it. We built this workshop, which is fantastic. And now we're getting a ton of hammers. Another 2 hammers per turn, which is, I mean, obviously it's really good, really good. Okay, now this is done, so let's build the house here, and we're actually positive on hammers even building a house, which is pretty amazing, telltale in itself. Since everyone else is working a pretty good tile, I think I'll pull this. Oh, we have one person already off doing something. Okay, good. Now, food is in a way more important because we can always, at the cost of 1 favor, switch food to hammers. But I'm usually really, really well set on hammers, so. That weak army is probably not a good thing. I've really been neglecting it, but... okay. This is maybe something I haven't seen before. Oh boy, gluttonous hippos. Hungry, hungry hippos have appeared near us. Whoa, evil spirits possessed a herd of hippos and led them to our borders. Unless we do something, they will trample down our fields and devour our crops. This is really terrible, actually. We want to slaughter them because they actually have a chance of destroying nearby fields and gardens. Now, if we happen to pacify them, what do we get? 1 time 8 hammers. Okay, well hopefully we just get that done quickly. There's an abandoned settlement here. I think let's do this exploration for resources in 3 turns, and then this will be, surprise, surprise, we have more flint. So this will be another workshop. I think this removes the abandoned settlement. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's get the random resource, whatever it is. Hopefully take care of those hippos before they actually destroy something. We can get this primitive army technology. Otherwise, we're waiting until 80 for +4. But +4 basically by itself pays for this in 9 turns. And obviously, it's not the only thing we get. We get +4 in addition to the +12. So it'll take 3 extra turns if we just get this, and that'll pay dividends for the rest of the game. Let's do that. Let's wait for it. Okay. And I think we just end turn. Yeah, that's good. Good. Kill those hippos, definitely. We're negative on food because we have to kill those hippos. And the trial should be starting, what is it, next turn? Okay, we got the houses. Fantastic. And it looks like it's not this turn, but the next one after this. So this is why I don't really like houses. I mean, okay, they're 1.5, so this is great. The total's great for now. But as we get new technologies, these fields are going to scale up and up and up. And houses really don't scale up anymore. We can always kill these hyenas for an additional 8. I think I'll do that because we're about to get the trial and hammers should be useful, it says. Hammers are usually the best way of ensuring victory on these little trials. So we'll try to push with that. And, well, look at good news for us. We can create a new worker. And this worker, what will they do? Well, we know this is going to be another field just like the others. I'm still waiting for a field which has an animal we can domesticate. But okay, for now, let's just do things exactly like this. Oh, technology, we're waiting for what, 70, 80? 80. So we wait for 80. Okay, so we've definitely just encountered another tribe. The hippos were slaughtered, we got +8. Our gods and local ones have now acknowledged each other, and this union will earn us the assistance of local spirits. Well, that sounds nice. Ah, so +5 favor per turn. I'll take it. Okay, trial, cultural rejection, here we go. Leopard people are one of the most powerful tribes of the region. Proclaiming themselves champions of ancient traditions, they blame us for all the misfortune and are instigating other tribes into uniting to expel us. So we have -50% relations with them, and the leopard people gain 10 military. Assimilation of nearby peoples halted until the end of the trial. Okay, so, assured of our guilt, the leopard people oppose us. We have to do something before they unite everyone against us. Their power of suspicion is 10 out of 10, and we'll lose 3% relations with neighbors every turn. We have 10 turns before we have failed this if we don't do something. So at the expense of this, we can reduce power of suspicion. We can also reduce the power of suspicion by giving them food. So we can convince by giving them food, shower the leopard god with gifts and ask him to make his people reconsider. We can also bring gifts to leopard people so they would forget why they were wary of us. Sounds good to me. You can also conquer them, I guess. That's another option. It's not the option I'm going to be choosing here, but obviously, you know, military has its benefits. We're going to go with bribe, and it's best, in my opinion, well, not just my opinion, just mathematically, to do as much as you can whenever you want to do something, because that reduces the spoilage. Unfortunately, I really wish we could do something with luxury goods. I guess. Oh, okay. Just got some stone upon us. We found hostile. I think that's the same. Wait, that's the same thing, right? Yeah, that's the leopard people. Wow, they really dislike us. Defense of 29 is pretty good. So we really the minus 3% relations is going to undo a lot of what we've been doing well over here. 77 and 68. The hippos were slaughtered, so we did get that. We need to work. Highly prioritize. So we're trying to kill those. We're still trying. We need to highly prioritize hammers, because it looks like hammers are going to be the best way for us to get this done. 80? No, not quite. So there's a lot of options. Let's reconsider. Let's just take a second look what other options we're missing here. 0.5. So this is a very good one. I really got to get this one as soon as I finish getting the next technology, because that's really going to help us. Another hammer per turn. I mean, a lot of these things are looking pretty darn good right now. Let's just, we already waited to 67, so we'll wait. Damn, we're going to have to wait 2 more turns for that, but we'll do it. We'll just do it. I'm still going to take the growth, so we're up to 14 per click. It's tempting to do these other ones, but it's a short-term benefit, and this is really going to pay dividends in the long run, so that's the way I prefer to do things. Okay, well, let's just try to finish this trial. I know it's already been 31 minutes, but let's try to finish this trial before we finish this episode. Oh, we gained a lot of food. Okay, I could get a new worker, but in the interest of increasing our relations with other people, I say we're actually going to spend that on convincing, and we can do it twice more. We're down to, I mean, basically we'll finish this next turn. We'll build another workshop here. 3 workshops in a row. That's probably all the workshops we'll need, but we won't have any shortage of hammers. That's for sure. Which means that we'll probably turn the next few of these, any of them that don't have good clay, we're going to be best served, I think, turning those into the wheat fields, not the flax fields. So hopefully this comes through. We're kind of investing in this +8 for the killing the hyenas. Hopefully it happens soon. Technology, yeah, we need to wait 1 more turn, which we'll do. Is even more convinced our culture is alien and we should be expelled. Unfortunately. Okay, so this is the thing. We'll probably end at this event right here. Another generation of ancestor rulers have departed for the land of the dead. It's the duty of the living to honor and sustain them so that they would help the living in return. They also shouldn't forget their own ancestors as well as the forefather gods themselves. So ancestral duty, -1 favor every turn. And next duty is in 10 turns. Then it talks about how we can get these, how to get more of this resource. But it doesn't explain if this is like what I'm supposed to be doing, basically. We're supposed to just let this, it sounds like a penalty that we're not doing something right. We haven't, like, the first time I played this game, I built a cemetery thinking that would wave this off, but it doesn't. So, the chiefdoms of Abydos, Ambos, and Hierakonpolis have opened hostilities among themselves. Their settlements are being enclosed with walls, and a long war for domination of Upper Egypt has begun. Refugees have started to flow into Lower Egypt. One-time gain of a person. I certainly hope that I didn't have... Oh, new territory expanded, which is why we have 2 here. So we have plenty to do at the start of the next episode, but I'm going to call this to a close here. If anybody knows a little bit about this ancestral duty, probably not. This is a pretty obscure game. I might be the first... I might be everyone's first exposure to this, besides BLXed, if he's watching. He's the one who clued me in on it. Okay, well, very good. Until the next episode, thanks for watching, and take care.